Tonight on America's Hope, Kathie Lee Gifford joins us to talk about her latest book, Tyrant and Mary. And she has a lot more to discuss about her faith. America's Hope starts now. Hello, I'm Kelly Wright, and this is America's Hope. And wherever you are, we hope that you're safe and well, taking care of yourself and your family because you matter. And we're glad that you could join us. And when I say that you matter not only to your family and your friends, but we'll see in our next guest and through the eyes of her new book, Tyrant and Mary, and through her life, just how much she believes that all people matter, most notably and most importantly to God. Kathie Lee Gifford joins us tonight as she shares her story about her latest book, Tyrant and Mary. We're going to get right into it. America's Hope starts now. Welcome to America's Hope. I'm joined now by a guest that I truly love and admire. She has been doing so many great things in the field of television. I'll just go ahead and let you know who she is. She doesn't need an introduction, but I will. Kathie Lee Gifford. She's my guest for tonight. She's a playwright, producer, singer, songwriter, and actress who has starred in numerous television programs and movies. Kathie Lee is a four-time Emmy Award-winning former co-host of The Fourth Hour Today. Look at her. She's wrapping it up alongside Hoda Kotb, her good friend.
Move it along, baby.
Which was hailed as appointment television by Entertainment Weekly. And she, of course, went to Oral Roberts University, as did I. Many years before she became...
You graduated, though. I didn't graduate.
But I graduated many years later because, like you, I departed and pursued my career, went to the Army, went to television. But this isn't about me. It's about you.
I'm waiting.
Talk to me about your new book.
I can see that neither of us have changed.
We haven't changed a bit. So this conversation is going to be really entertaining and inspiring. People are going to get ignited and excited about all that you're doing. Tyrant and Mary. Come on.
Right.
This is a great book that you have written.
Oh, honey, thank you. I had help. We'll talk about that as we go along. But it's very, very different from anything I've ever done before. I've literally, Kelly, lost track of how many books I've written. Somebody told me the other day it was 31. This is my 31st. And I go, that's not possible. But I used to commute from Greenwich all those years, and I'd write hand with my big pen and my legal pad. Some of those commutes got long, and you know, it would keep me from road rage many times that I was just busy writing. I always had a deadline I had to reach, and when I got home, I wanted to be home. You know, I think that of all the things I've learned through so many years in this business, and it's 60 already years that I've been in this business. What I've learned is that you always have a place to go home to filled with people that matter so much more to you than what you do for a living.
Yeah.
You know, the people that are the most miserable that I've ever encountered are the ones that just don't want to stop working because to go home it would be unbearable, lonely and depressed, and loneliness is a killer. No, it really is. I think it's more of a killer than even stress.
You know, it really is.
I've known it too since, Frank died. The other day was 9 years. And, and I started to get lonely 10 years before he died because he was already dying of the CTE and everything. So there's loneliness is profound. And we should never say, oh, you'll get over it. Say, I'll pray for you that God will bring people into your life who fill you up, who bless you. And you won't miss this person so badly, so profoundly that it's visceral, And God was so good to me. I had my children, thank God. Now I have 3 beautiful grandsons. But what I'm here to talk to you about today is whatever book this is. It's God knows, and some of you probably have all of them, and some of you probably didn't even know I've written a book, which is fine with me. Anyway, this is it. It's called Tyrant and Mary. It was actually my son's idea because I went to my first rabbinical trip to Israel was in 2012. And when I say that, I meant you go not to take pictures on the Mount of Olives with a camel. You go to do a deep, deep dive in the actual scriptures, the Hebrew and the Greek. That's it. Not the King James Version, nothing in that, just the Hebrew and the Greek, the way it was written all those times ago. And you stay there for 10 days. I'll never forget the first day we were with our teacher, Ray Vanderlaan, and he said to our group, on the top of the valley of Elah, which is where David fought Goliath, and it was just, and it hasn't changed in 3,000 years. And we're there, and he goes, how many of you in this group? Probably 25 of us or so, I don't remember. He said, know what Jesus and Jesus's father, his earthly father, Joseph, did for a living before Jesus became a rabbi at the age of 30. And we all look around like, of course, he was a carpenter. To which Ray says, actually, no, he wasn't a carpenter. And I remember thinking, I'm going to be stuck in Israel for 10 days with somebody that doesn't even know the Bible. Turns out the word for what they did, it was tekton in the New Testament, and it means in the literal Greek, the architect / builder. And the English guys who did the translation said, oh, he was a carpenter just like us. They'd never been to Israel. They didn't realize that there was no buildable wood in Israel in 1st century AD. If you go to Israel now, you'll see all kinds of trees everywhere. She says, what's Kathie Lee talking about? Those have all been planted since Israel became a nation in 1948.
That's true.
But in the 1st century AD, there were nothing but rocks, because Israel is and was a desert. Yeah. And I said to him, Ray, if we're wrong about something as simple to get right as this, what else are we wrong about? And he goes, everything.
Everything.
And Kelly, it lit the fire again in me to know the word, because I was sick of being lied to. I was kicked out of Sunday school. I don't want to be manipulated.
Wait. You were kicked out of Sunday school?
Yes, I was kicked out of the Brownies Sunday school and the America's Junior Miss pageant. But that's in another book, Kelly. I can't take time for that. Yes, all true stories. And this one is as well, as much as we can possibly be sure about certain things. A lot has been written about Herod. Josephus wrote volumes about him. He was
the historian Josephus.
And there are 5 or 6 books that I read when I got back from Israel, because I was so blown away by the life of Herod. I remember saying, if Jesus is the greatest story ever told, which you and I believe since we were young, then the Herod is amongst the greatest stories never told.
Never told. Hi, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this episode so far of America's Hope. If you'd like to see it in its entirety, just click on the link below. Thanks for watching.